Building downtown. Building downtown.
And in 2007, I applied. In 2008, I was hired.
2008. So what did you get hired as? Like, what's the first step? Is it constable, or how does that work?
I'm going to interrupt right here and say I probably am going to ask a lot of dumb questions as we go, because all of these terms are so, like, I don't know what OAC means. I don't know what a constable is. I'm American as fuck, so I apologize in advance for interrupting and asking dumb shit, but that's about to happen.
And OAC is not even a thing anymore. I was born in 80. Effy was born in 81. So we remember OAC. That was like a grade 13. I remember that.
That was still around when I was there too.
Was it? Yeah.
Early
Krill's about 5 years younger than me, so I didn't know if it would still be there for you.
I think we're all around the same age. Okay, so yeah, thanks for letting me know. I'll try and explain it, and there is no such thing as a dumb question. So feel free to ask whatever you like. So the first thing that when I applied was, you go through a series of tests and you get your application all ready. So you do like a physical test, you get that certification. Then you do like a test, like a mental health, psychological test, and all the other stuff. Once you pass everything, you go and apply, and if they like you, they'll do a background check. They'll bring you in for a long psychological evaluation. They'll talk to your neighbors and dig everything they can find, and then they'll call you and say, hey, we like your application. We want to come and do a home visit with you. Then they'll come to your home. You'll sit there. They'll ask you questions, and then after that, they'll decide whether to hire you. I was hired in 2008, and so after I did all that,
can I ask a question? Sorry, can I interrupt here quick? I'm not sure. Because a friend of mine was applying for police foundations or something like that, and I think he didn't finish going through with it because he told me that he has to relocate because there was a conflict of interest of some sort. He couldn't work in the same region. Is that true?
I mean, police foundations is not. It's just college. Like it's just.
No, but I'm saying after he would be done college, he would not be able to be a cop in Waterloo. They said he would have to move somewhere else.
I've never heard of that before. So
I've heard that rumor before too, but never from anybody that actually went through the schooling or looked into it. I've heard that
he was
before.
About to go to school, and he said that's the reason. Maybe there was some sort of
that's some sort of bullshit. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Now we know.
You're gonna hear some dumb questions from all of us because I mean, your job is unique. Obviously, your life is unique. So, like Amy prefaced it already. She spoke for all of us at that point. But sorry to interrupt you there. Continue. So you got hired in 2008 as
so that there is like a 8 months, if I'm not mistaken, give or take a few months, period where you're considered a cadet in training, and what that means is, you're now in police college. As a cadet, they're going to be putting you through tests, trainings, scenarios, and they're going to, once you pass that, then you graduate and you become a 4th class constable. So I did that. A part of it was going to Almer, which is the Ontario Police College. That's where you do a lot of class learning, like the Criminal Code, the Highway Traffic Act, municipal bylaws stuff, which is taught by sergeants and stuff. So, you learn how to do pursuit, driving, and all that other stuff. And then you come back home to your division, to your police service. You come back to your police service, you do a little bit more training, and then you go and start at the division as a 4th class constable.
Okay.
So how long does that take? Are we talking like 2009, 10, 11?
So I started in 2000. So in December of 2008, I was hired, and in May of 2009, I was ready, 4th class constable, starting with my coach officer at my division in Toronto, downtown.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking at about 8 months, 6, 7 months, yeah.
Okay.
Of training. But that's after, like, once they hire you, it's about 7 months or so training. So I started May of 2009 at 51 Division, downtown Toronto. Very busy division.
That sounds bad. Division
Sorry?
51, downtown Toronto. Jesus.
Yes, it's a very busy division. There is, so much happening. You're constantly going, you're constantly learning, you're dealing with so many different types of calls. ranging from simple theft all the way to suicide to homicide, just everything in between. So it's, it was very demanding. And as a new recruit, as a woman, you need to go in there and put your best foot forward and, learn and do the best you can.
Now, did you have, especially at that point, a desire to go in any particular direction? Like some people are like, I want to make homicide. I want to do drug, like gangs are my thing. Did you have any particular thing?
I didn't really think that far. I mean, I always had the funny thought in the back of my head that I would like to be the police chief. But, when I got hired, I was thinking about, I wanted to learn so many different things, but I wanted to start from going to radio calls because I had already done, worked at Toronto Community Housing. And I loved going to radio calls. I loved going into the communities. I got along so well with, so many people. I made so many friends. So I didn't go into policing, thinking, okay, I want to go, be this and that. I was like, I can't wait to go and do radio calls. And, I was just excited to do to learn to crawl first. Mm-hmm. But as as time went on, I thought homicide would be really good. I would have, loved to get into homicide, maybe help a cold case.
You're not scared of that? I mean, I'm being real, man. No. These Toronto's got crazy. They've been shooting motherfuckers every day.
That's a rough place to be a police officer.
That's what I mean. I mean, the homicide case, that would put some extra pressure on top of everything, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely different levels of stress for police officers. So you got that on top of your own personal life. And people say leave your home life at home, but you can't. In a lot of jobs, most people can't. And now we know more than ever that mental health is a huge issue. And, if you don't address it in one place, you're going to bring it with you somewhere else and so on. So policing is especially hard because you are all the time exposed to the most difficult times in people's lives. And, most of us don't take pleasure in doing harm to people. And we take a lot of these sad calls with us. There's calls with children that stays with us for life. So
building downtown.